Good morning, everyone. At the end of this video, there will be a little mini clip. Mama's having a moment. Typical Gemini, we have two sides to us. It is what it is. So, in saying all that, let's get started. The Cross Street Oracle cards. Okay, we have two pointing straight out, so we'll read those two today. And one popped up this way, so you get a 3 card today. And now let's pull a floral Mancy card for the cherry on top. This is the hot card. Dun, 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 dun. Let's figure out what today's puzzle is. First card, 6 of Fire. Find balance in forgiveness. 6 of Fire is also reminding you, if you are one that has a lot of money or a lot of assets or things to offer other people, be careful that you do not do over spoiling. This could be involved with someone with red or blonde hair, not necessarily. Again, this is a general reading. When it's lessons in forgiveness, make sure you speak from the heart. Speak impeccable. Too much action now leads to drama is the #1 key here. Okay, so if you feel the need to run your mouth, be artistic about it. If you're not artistic about it, you can create a tornado. So, yeah, when you find yourself in a forgiveness issue, sometimes you can forgive someone and just walk away. You don't even have to talk to them, just walk away. Because sometimes they'll try to convince you to either stay or go or whatever it is. So, have free will. 3 of Earth, full circle situation. Wow, we got 3s, 3s, 3s. 3s also is the number of being surrounded by the masters. And with it being Earth, this one is letting you know it's a time of healing and grounding, and this is all about the money house, okay? Is there heartache and grief? Are you listening to nature's signs? Power with creativity now, be a team player. 3 of Earth, rule of thumb, people that rule Earth are people with dark hair, dark eyes. So are you having heartache and grief right now? Are you listening to nature signs? Because sometimes heartache and grief can keep you from paying attention to nature signs. I don't care if you're in the inner city. There are nature signs. Little simple things that could give you, oops, sorry, that's my alarm. That can give you validation message or confirmation to move on to the next step, like heartache and grief. I'll use one of my heartache and grief situations. When my mother was in the hospital, I had, heartache and grief. I'm very close to my mother. I love my mother. And I was praying to Raphael when I was walking to the hospital to go visit my mother this day. And it doesn't matter that it was a fake feather. Whenever you find a feather in front of your feet, that means there's an angel in front of you. And as I was walking to the hospital, out of nowhere, I usually see dark colored feathers, but I kept seeing pure white feathers at my feet. Every time I would say a prayer, I'd look down, there was a feather. And then when I prayed to Raphael, there was a green feather. Okay, I'm in the inner city. I'm not on the island, even though I am island. And I'm like, where did this green feather come from? It looked like it was from a boa. So I looked all around to see if there was any garbage thrown out, but it was just one single feather. And even if it did fall off a boa or from wherever, the wind had carried a green feather to my feet to let me know they heard my prayer. And I know my prayer was heard because when I went to the hospital, her tests were all great and I was able to take her home. There was also a buckeye right at my feet. I was worrying about money at that time. Buckeyes is a symbol of money coming. So you see where I'm going with this? Don't let your grief get to you from not paying attention to the little signs that are right smack dead in front of your face, okay? I'll leave a link below to my old channel that I can't get into. Go under the playlist, Third Eye Compass book, and there's a series of videos that can teach you how to pay attention to divine signs, spirit signs, signs from anybody. It's really up to you to figure out who's coming through. There's a video 2 back. Watch it, you'll understand. Empower with creativity, be a team player. So being a team player can also be in the money house. Be a team player with whatever groups you are working with. That's the first thing that came through because I got goosebumps. Whoo! They're coming through. Okay. Also, too, call upon Uriel during this time. And can you guys just give me a second, because I'm having non-stop goosebumps and there's something coming through for some reason, and I don't know if it's somebody sending me a message or I'm supposed to say something. But right now, I see a little girl with light blonde hair, blue eyes, and she's wearing a white dress, and I don't know why. And I don't know why she came through. This is a Victorian time picture in my head. So whoever watches my videos, if this is somebody's grandmother at a young age, whoever it is, I am to tell you, to let you know that she is around you all the time, and she's specifically at your right-hand side. Whew! Not sure why that came through, but that's how sometimes my regular readings go when I'm reading people. Okay. Whoever, oh wow, they're still coming. Alright, whoever needs that, that was to you. Okay. Back to the reading. Wow, that was weird. 5 of Earth. This came up the other day. So this must be another issue still going on. Ironically, in my life, it's still an issue going on. So it is what it is. 5 is all about new beginnings. Very uncomfortable situation. Sometimes people don't like new beginnings. But you must move forward fearlessly and fearlessly at this time. These are the questions you should be asking yourself when you're going through towards your new beginnings. Has anyone spoke ill will of you or someone you love? Remember that question when you watch the second part of this video. Is there entrapment? Is there diplomacy? Are you seeing your fears and learning from them and learning something of yourself? Accept changes, move on. This is your time. Never jump to conclusions. Especially when it says, accept changes, move on. This is your time. It's painful. Like a mother giving birth to a child, and that child doesn't want to come out of the womb yet. You gotta. It's a beautiful thing to be born. So it's a beautiful thing for change. It's painful, but it's okay. It's going to be okay. Alrighty, 9, 5, adding all the numbers together here. Let's see, 9, 10, 11, 12. 14? Yeah, that's 14. So 14, 1, and 4 is 5. This is definitely new beginnings. It's okay to stand this one out. So, as I was saying before, too much drama leads to unnecessary actions. Okay, hence first reaction is an emotional reaction. That's why it's okay to stand it out. It's like the Hermit card. You want to just step back for a minute. And it's okay to stand this one out with the heartache and grief. Hence, it's a time to pay attention to nature signs. And also, too, it's okay to stand this out, especially when people are speaking ill will of you and those you love. You are not obligated to hang out with those that really don't give a fuck. So just move on, okay? Peace. Other side of the sassy Gemini came out. What can I say? It happens. Grab your coffee or your tea. We bust to talk this morning. Mama has an attitude this morning. And I'm trying really hard not to. But I'm sure as I go along with this conversation, some of you females out there will understand what I am talking about. And you don't have to be dating a man to understand where I'm coming from. It's human behavior. When you find yourself wondering, why am I in this relationship? Why do I tolerate what I tolerate? Because I don't know what the hell's going on in my head. I'm 43 now, and I'm tolerating things that I would never have tolerated. It's one of the reasons why people call me a gypsy, because I choose to walk away. If I go on 10 dates in a week, then so fucking be it. If that's 10 different zits I had to pop, 10 different zits I had to pop. You get the point. But when you give someone a chance, and you give your all, and you haven't given your all to a man or woman since the previous long, extensive relationship you've been into, and you tolerate, and you tolerate, and you tolerate, Each relationship I have learned what I'm willing to tolerate. I've always been a firm believer, because of the unity and diversity of men I have dated throughout my life. Don't try to fit in with their friends. What's the point? Don't try to fit in anywhere. Just be who you are. Doesn't matter how cocky and rude his female friends are to you, no matter how much you want to snatch them up and fucking pound their face in, walk away. Because that's exactly what they want. When your dude or woman does nothing but nonstop take you out with his friends, and you've been with them for over a year, and they don't even so much as bond with you, which is used to, you might want to think where it's going. Nothing wrong with a hard-working man. Shit, that's the whole reason why I was single, went through the guys I went through up until this last one. You know, unless you could man up, you know, be a good husband and a good father, which I have no children, never been pregnant, because never found that man. Never. And when you do, it takes more than money to keep a good woman around. Because any good, efficient woman that's independent, she don't care if it's a millionaire, billionaire, or a blue-collar dude in front of her face. You show me respect, we can talk. You show me no respect, you let your friends continuously disrespect me. No. What are you thinking? Really? I love refining myself. One of the things that I do every season, I do in April, and I do in June, and I do in November. I write down, how can I explain it? Oh, in January. I write down everything that I can remember from memory, what I've been through in the last season. And then I compare it to the season before that. I do this in every relationship. It's like a report card. You know, progress report. And I see the progress. And if I don't see any progress, chances are mama's gonna bounce. I was talking to another young lady. There's nothing more disturbing. Well, I shouldn't say nothing more disturbing, because it takes a lot to disturb me, but yes, I am having a morning. I know I'm all over the place, bear with me. What it really just boils down to altogether is know your worth. Know your worth. It's like the few posts that I was reading the other day. If you're with a man and you're arguing with him and you're catching him looking at other women or little girls and you don't know what's going on and you see him get that little twinkle in his eye like he used to with you in the beginning, you might want to think. Because if you think, do you really want to be in a relationship where you constantly feel insecure about them leaving? Because what's the point? Because if he was drawn to your body and not your soul, no woman is ever going to satisfy him. None. And why put yourself through that? Why be aggravated with it? What's the point? Seriously, what's the point? Don't smoke. I'm trying to quit. I do have one in the morning. I'm down to 5 cigarettes a day, so that's a lot for me. But actually, I'll put it out. So, I guess what I'm saying is, like I was saying in other videos, no matter the relationship, trust your gut or you'll be in a rut. I know it's hard to trust your gut because sometimes we feel like we're being paranoid. But sometimes that very essence is what can help you and prevent you from another difficult situation. Don't be angry with yourself for letting a relationship go on longer than you thought, because I've been known to let relationships go longer than they should have thinking it would get better, thinking I could fix it, but you always have to remember you can't fix the partner. You just can't. It's up to them. And if they choose not to refine themselves as the years go on in life, because it's not about growing up, it's about refining yourself, as I've said before in other videos. Why prevent yourself from refining yourself if the other party chooses not to refine themselves? What's the point in that? Make sure to sub and share to stay updated. Please click links below this video. Namaste.